Welcome back. Beyond their leadership in the classroom, teachers hold an important role as contributors to the future of society. It's with this in mind that we reflect on how teachers foster resilience and sustainability, both in education and society. And joining us now for more on this discussion, we are joined by the Phelo Muyanga from the Learning Process Facilitator at the Citizen Leader Lab, and she joins us now via our video link. Phelo, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, yesterday we were celebrating World Teachers Day, and on the back of that, maybe let's talk about the role of teachers in our society, particularly in terms of how they influence society's values and its progress.
Yes, yesterday was a joyous day for us, and truly we should be celebrating our teachers every day because of the wonderful work that they do, because it's amazing what they do, because they do beyond just teaching. They do beyond what they're employed to do. And I have been so blessed to be privy to some of the stuff that our teachers do in the schools. And so I'm happy to be here this evening to share about some of their experiences through some of the programs that Citizen Leader Lab actually does.
Maybe just tell us about the role, of teachers, especially in our society, in terms of, how they influence the societies that we live in.
So teachers not only teach, but they also instill values. Remember, the young people that they teach, they get to spend a lot of time with them. They interact with them. So they learn from them how to interact with different age groups, with different races, with different people who come from different backgrounds. So they get to experience that in real time. So, for example, I think of my experience as a young person in class. So some of the values that I carry, I learned them through one of my teachers. I still remember her fondly because of the way that she treated us. So one of the values that I carry is a value of equality. And it's because of that teacher that actually taught me, because she made sure that every child who came from every single background, no matter what your background was, she made sure that we all felt loved, we all felt seen, and we all felt that we mattered. And so everyone who meets me actually meets that teacher, even though that they've never met that teacher. So it's important that the work that teachers do actually it spreads to the young people that they meet.
And often teachers talk about the challenges that they encounter, and perhaps one would say in terms of building a more positive learning environment for teachers as well as the pupils that they teach. One would then also ask, what kind of support can be given to teachers to allow for that learning and teaching to carry on in classrooms in a very healthy environment?
This is where programs like leadership development programs, like the programs that Citizen Leader Lab provides, this is where these programs come in, because through these programs, teachers are able to create an environment that is conducive for learning, an environment that will be able to help learners to have a free environment so that they can be free to think for themselves. And also it equips the educators with tools, because remember, all these challenges, they need for the educators to have tools to actually use to actually change, to create change when it comes to all these problems that they come across. And they also acquire new skills through these leadership development programs. So there's a lot that they can learn from there. And also they get to get support from other educators. So they get to create spaces or communities of support and learn from each other as well. So in that way, they are supported as well, because they deal with a lot and they need a lot of support.
And, talking about that as well, when it comes to, our country and how diverse we are, our classrooms are quite diverse. How do we ensure and help teachers to always have inclusion in their classrooms from all types of background?
Look, our teachers are already dealing with that and doing amazing work. And what we can do is provide more programs for them to actually go to actually open their minds to the possibilities of what can be done, because our world is changing so fast. If you can interview a teacher that was a teacher 10 years ago, they can tell you that our environment is changing so fast. So teachers need to be always equipped with the right tools for our fast changing environment, because our children are changing, because our times are changing. So our teachers need to have the right tools to deal with the changes that are happening. So when we talk of diversity, we're not talking of just race, we're not talking of just gender. I mean, if we delve into that topic, it will be all night, because we know that it changes all the time, the changes that come with that. So as our world is changing, we also need to provide the skills that will come with that change, so that our teachers stay on top of that.
And talking about support, I mean, it's something that you touched on a bit earlier on, talking about the support needed for teachers. Would you say that, society is, beginning to change its ways in terms of how it supports teachers? Or do you think a lot more work still needs to be done in the ways we can support teachers in our society?
Look, as citizen leader, we are doing our part, but a lot still need to be done. I mean, we hear of things that happen in communities, like maybe people coming in and destroying the school, vandalizing the school, even robbing the teachers during school. So there's a lot that is happening that is not right in our society. And sometimes teachers don't feel supported when they sacrifice so much of themselves, they sacrifice their money, they sacrifice their time beyond the time that they're supposed to work. So sometimes they do feel like society is not meeting them halfway in terms of supporting them in what they are trying to do. So I'm not saying there isn't support, but much more can be done in terms of society just meeting our teachers halfway.
And perhaps as we end off our conversation and highlighting where we began in our conversation around World Teachers Day, what is your message as we continue on that path of supporting teachers in the country?
Well, what I can say is we need to support our teachers. And if the message is schools are the heart of our communities, and if we say to our children, education is a key to success, we can't now take away that key by not supporting our teachers, who they are the key in a way, because without them, our kids, who's going to teach our kids? So we need to come together as a society, whether we have kids or not. Even when they call school meetings or parents meetings, even if you don't have a child, go and support, go and be part of the change and make our schools better, so that our teachers, at least they feel that we are there to support them.
Phelo, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is Phelo Muyanga. She is a facilitator at Citizens Leader Lab. To this now, a family of 10 members from Motherwell Township in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape has received an early Christmas present after their house was gutted by fire 2 months ago. The family members spent the winter season out in the cold while a crèche, which operated at the back